Hi, I'm Dr. Rajeshri Pillai, Professor at Pune Institute of Business Management. I'm going to take a lecture series on balanced scorecard, which is very interesting and trending topic. So today's lecture series, we are going to cover what is balanced scorecard. And next few lecture series will be on planning of balanced scorecard, implementation and evaluating the implementation of balanced scorecard. Now, who has introduced this balanced scorecard? Balanced scorecard was introduced by Norton and Kaplan. These two people have introduced a balanced scorecard with the intention of measuring the organizational performance and aligning it with the organizational strategy. So when we look at the balanced scorecard is considered as a communication tool. It aligns day-to-day strategies with the measurement goals of the organization, as well as prioritizing the different goals, different projects in the organization. Measure, monitor on a day-to-day basis. When we look at the balanced scorecard as a communication tool, why? Because we are going to decide KPIs of the organization. What is KPI now? KPIs are key performance indicators, means the indicators of the organization performance, something like that, market share of the company or maybe net profit of the company. So these are the measures which are conveyed or decided to the departments as well as employees. That's why it is called as a communication tool. Next is it's a measurement tool, because all the measurements are decided when we are implementing the balanced scorecard, as well as it is considered as a strategic management system. Now let us talk about what is balanced scorecard and what are the different aspects of balanced scorecard. When we look at this diagram, in the center you can see that strategy and vision has been given more importance. Now what is vision of the organization? Vision is nothing but where organization want to go or what is the long-term objective of the organization. Now strategy, how can we achieve that goal? That is what is nothing but plan of action to achieve the goal. Let us say one of the organization want to capture the market through innovation. So innovation will be the strategy to achieve that particular goal or vision of the organization. Now when we look at the four perspectives, there are four perspectives which have been discussed in balanced scorecard. Number one is specifically I will give more emphasis, which is very traditional, that is financial perspective. So financially how we are sound, how organization looks as to the different stakeholders, which is very important, as well as this is very traditional. Why it is traditional? Because this is one of the lag indicator. There are two indicators which we are going to discuss in balanced scorecard. One is lead and lag. So this financial is a lag indicator because it is an indicator of the past performance of the organization. I am going to talk on financial more because this is a traditional which is going to be highlighted more, which is going to talk about the organization performance which has been happened in a past. And most of the organizations more dependent on this particular parameter. Now when we look at the other perspectives in the balanced scorecard, there is a customer perspective, there is an internal business processes perspective, and there is a learning and growth perspective. Now all these three are considered as a lead indicator. Now why these are lead indicators? Because these, when we look at the customers, when we look at the learning and growth of the organization, and when we consider internal business process improvisation, that time we are nothing but leading towards the financial achievement of our goal, and we are aligning all these four perspectives with the vision and strategy of the organization. Now let us talk about the learning and growth. Now when we talk about the learning and growth, any organization want to grow in today's environment, they have to innovate on a continuous basis. So when they are innovating, they have to continuously learn, and when we learn, then organization grow. So learning and development of the employees is a very, very important aspect which is considered, has been given more importance in balanced scorecard. Next, when we look at the customers as well as internal business processes. Now what is internal business process? Any process we conduct to run our business is generally considered as a business process. Now here, when let us take a cycle time, or in e-commerce, delivery time of a product. So when we reduce the delivery time, that enlighten the customer. Alright, so when we work on the internal business processes, it definitely provide delight to the customer as well as we can save our financials. Now next very important aspect which has been given in this balance scorecard is customers. We see at the end why we are doing this business, for customers only. So those indicators of performance, how our customers are happy, how our customers are loyal, how we can make our customers satisfied. These are the things when we consider, we are definitely going to achieve our financial objective. So this is the way balance scorecard is considered as a balanced. There are reasons why we call balance scorecard as a balanced scorecard. Number one, it looks at financial as well as non-financial parameters. Now financial is, of course, we have discussed different indicators of performance like market share, net profit, and there are other non-financial parameters which we consider such as customers. When we look at customer loyalty, customer retention. When we look at the learning and development, what is the development areas, how employees are learning, how employees are satisfied, how employees are motivated to achieve the organizational objective. When we look at the internal business processes, how cycle time is reduced, how wastage is reduced, how customers have been provided particular services on time. So those are the three indicators which are definitely non-financials. That's why it takes care of financial as well as non-financial parameters. Number one. Now number two, it takes care of internal as well as external constitutes of the organization. Now what is the external and internal constitutes in the organization? When we look at the customers, these are the external stakeholders, and other parameters when we looking at the learning and growth and internal business processes, those are internal parameters. So that's why it is aligning external as well as internal parameters. Number three, which I already mentioned, it integrates lead and lag indicators. Now once again I would like to give more emphasis on this, because this is very important part of balance scorecard, which we are going to discuss in few of the next series as well. So third, we talked that balance scorecard is balanced because it ensure the balance between lead and lag indicators. Now when we look at the balance scorecard, financial is a lag indicator, which I have already mentioned. Why it is a lag indicator? Because it is looking at the past performance of the organization which is already done, which is also important. However, some of the initiatives we need to take which will take our organization ahead. So lead indicator, there are three lead indicators which we are going to discuss. One is customer, learning and growth, and internal business processes. When we look at the customers, we need to do some of the initiatives which will make our customer delighted, happy, satisfied. When we look at the learning and growth, when we learn, when we grow, maybe we can end up with developing some new processes, maybe we end up with developing some new product which will definitely take organization ahead. When we talk about customers again, how much time we spent on a customer, that will definitely give us a financial outcome. So that's why when we talk about these 2-3 lead indicators, and the last indicator is again internal business processes. Internal business processes are very, very important in today's scenario, because customer want all the things faster, quicker and right. So let us take the example of banking. When you want to open a bank account is a business process. So how much minimum time you take to open a bank account? So that will definitely lead to some of the good financial outcomes. So that's the way when we look at all four perspectives interconnected with each other and linked with the main vision and strategy, we will be able to achieve the organizational performance.